Oof.
Yeah! 49, 498, 499, and 500! Welcome, everybody. It's Gareth Bell from Mackmyra.
I'm Richard
Hello,
McKeon.
everybody.
Hi,
Camille
how
here
you
from
all doing?
Mackmyra.
Welcome to Mackmyra and Friends on a Friday night. What are we doing? What's going on here? It's crazy. Well, we've got a special whiskey this week, our Brooks whiskey, which is our famous breakfast whiskey. And we thought we'd just do some morning exercises to go with the whiskey. So welcome to Mac and Friends tonight. It's all about doing a little bit of exercise. Do you know what? Burning calories is a great way to drink whiskey because sit-ups, you can burn 6 calories a minute. So if you want to double, all you got to do is 25 minutes of sit-ups and you're fine. So it's easy. What do you do for your calorie burning, Camille?
That's why I prefer my favorite sport is fishing. You know.
Fishing, good. And Richard, what's the deal we got on for the night? We must have a deal.
We've got a deal. Well, it's Brukswhisky week, as you mentioned already. Next week is Mac. So tonight we've got a deal where buy both bottles and we'll do 20% discount, delivery included. So for £60, just £60, you can get both bottles straight to your door.
Wow, 60 quid. That's a great deal. I'm sure people will be jumping on that. Mac is a whiskey of the week next week. But this week, we're going to have a bit of fun, make a couple of cocktails with the Brooks whiskey. And also, we're using another one of our ingredients, our Vithund or White Dog. That's going to come into the cocktails as well. So, Camille, what's the first cocktail you got on offer tonight? Take us away.
So first cocktail, it's basically your morning glass of milk.
Oh, just a glass of milk. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, but, you know, it wouldn't be fun if there will be no alcohol. So we're gonna create something like a milk-looking thing, but with some booze in it.
Ah,
Secret,
okay. So talk us through it.
We're
going to try and make this along with you. We've got some of the special ingredients, so let's have a bit of fun and see if we can just download that a little bit, and then I can show you.
What about before we start, Camille? What was your inspiration, or what's this cocktail based on? What inspired you to come up with this recipe?
Good question. This is basically inspired me like the most famous classic cocktails like a margarita, daiquiri, or caipirinha, where you have spirit as a base, lime, and sugar. But in this case, we have got modern ingredients, different flavors, but kind of the same step moving forward. So basically, we will have our whiskey. Our sweetener will be Sans, white chocolate syrup, and fresh lime juice.
Yeah,
I'm excited get my about cocktail shaker. I'll be back 2 seconds.
Oh, very good. There's always something. This white chocolate syrup, I think I'm very excited about, I have to say. One of the ingredients that's in there is Vithund that Gareth has mentioned, which for anyone watching that doesn't know, that is our bottled strength new make spirit. If anyone doesn't have that at home, if they're not lucky enough to have it, what other ingredients could they use, Camille?
Well, I would recommend white rum, perhaps, instead of a white dog or Vithund, or maybe some fruity gin, like lab gin or something like this.
I think an agricole rum would be a really nice move in there. A nice fresh rum straight off the still with a lot of maybe esters will give a good flavor as well. So that's a good alternative. So talk us through it, Camille. We're eager to have a go.
Let's do it.
So let's start. So I'm just going to fill my glass a little bit, okay? And we're going straight to make a cocktail, guys. So get your shakers ready.
Yeah.
And the first thing we're going to use is 20 ml of white chocolate syrup.
White chocolate, wow.
The shakers up. Remember to take the lid off of your white syrup. Yes, you've done it well, Gareth.
Okay, so 20 ml.
Yeah. 20 ml.
Second ingredient is a fresh lime juice.
We're going to have a bit more exercise here.
I have one that I made earlier in one of our special Mackmyra glasses. Squeeze
I'm
it
going to
out.
try
Yeah.
and I'm
So
going to try
during
and do
this, we
this.
can still do some exercise, you know, like
Here we go.
squeeze it, squeeze it.
There we go. I'll actually put that up. Good shot.
Yeah. There we go.
So 20 ml is there. So now we have
Yeah.
our sweet and sour. Perfect balance. Already
Mixing already.
started. But if you love sugar, as many people do, I love sugar a lot. I don't know how about you guys. You can add 5 or 10 ml of white chocolate syrup a bit more.
Too many calories.
No, well, I think Shane, our manager, he'll be adding lots and lots and lots to it. He's got a very sweet tooth, so be surprised if any of the bottles left.
So this is where it gets interesting.
Yeah. The people who like sugar have a sweet life, you know. 20 ml of white dog.
I'm going to use the Mackmyra Lab Gin for this. If that's okay, Camille.
Yeah, it's fine. And 40 ml of Brukswhisky.
40. Wow.
And if you have a whiskey tooth, could you add more than 40 ml?
Then you can skip the wheat hand, the white dog, and you can just use whiskey.
Okay, good.
So are you with me, guys? Are you
I'm
there?
with you.
I'm already just got the last one in. I'm going to get my shaker on. I think we need some good exercise shaker music to do some more exercise too. Have we got any more shaker music or anything going? I don't know.
Otherwise,
Ice in.
It's cold. I'm ready to shake.
as much ice you can fit in your shaker will be best.
All ready to go.
Yeah, pretty full, about this far. Now's the fun bit.
Are you ready?
Okay.
Let's
Three,
roll it, yeah.
Take it.
3, 2, 1, go! Ah, my hands are freezing. Can we stop?
That's good for your abs, right? That's okay. I bet that was loud at home. Hope you're still with us.
Sorry about the
Okay.
noise. Here we go.
So you can see it's already starting looking like our milk.
Wow, look at that.
You don't need to worry about fine straining or some ice or stuff. You know, just straight away in your martini glass or a rock glass if you're using.
Well, I've got this with some.
Oh, look at that. That's the money shot there.
Lovely. That looks so good in that glass.
You can make this cocktail straight up without ice or on the rocks if you prefer. And
Okay.
to garnish, as usual, my breakfast jam on a toast.
Ah, he's got some toast
That's
ready on.
a nice Yeah.
That's a few extra calories, but I admire your style. I'm just going to go for it straight. This is my
Okay,
liquid energy drink. Cheers, everyone. Skål. Let's see
Cheers.
what it tastes like.
Cheers.
That smells great.
Oh, that's wonderful. I'm sure you're not meant to do a big gulp, but I'm pretty tired from my exercising, but that is refreshing. And so
Yeah.
I love the lime, the way the lime plays with the whiskey. That's a really interesting combination.
I haven't tried it yet with the Vithund because I didn't have any left at home. But using this organic gin, our lab gin, this is delicious. If you have any of our gin at home, Gareth, Camille, I'd advise trying it with that as well, just to see what it's like. Because what I have now is tasty. Yeah, good job, Camille.
This is fantastic. I'm not going to drink it all because I know there's another one coming. I'm going to give this one to my partner. She'll love this. Cindy will love this. She was just sneakily filming me at the door there looking stupid. She's going to put it on Facebook and embarrass the hell out of me now.
Are you trying to pretend that you don't do those exercises in all that gear all the time?
Yeah. So Camille, that's great. That's fabulous. Thanks very much for that. Really it's a really useful way to put those things together. And don't go away, because we're going to ask you to make another cocktail real soon. But we want to know maybe just a little bit about the Brooks Whisky. We did a fabulous in-depth show last night on the Brooks Whisky. So if you want to go really in detail, get onto our website, mackmyra.co.uk. Look on the events, it'll be there, and you can go to town as geeky as you want. We talk about everything. Last night, but how about just a few headlines? What are the headlines on the Brooks Whisky, Richard? What have we got?
Yeah. Well, Brooks Whisky is one of my favourite whiskies, actually, of ours, and it's one of the core range, one of the entry level ones that we do. But it's delicious. It's been around almost since the beginning for us. It's been a core range for us for 15 years plus. 41.4%. You're looking at somewhere in the mid 40s in terms of pounds where you go for it, but the flavors and things with it is my favorite part, rather than price and stuff. So lots of fruit. It's bright. It's light. So apples, pears, and bananas.
Bananas.
Yeah.
Well, that's really interesting, because I got a sneak preview, and I think bananas is in our next recipe. But just a reminder to everybody, the Brooks Whisky, it's the blend that we put together, and it's got a great award, 95.5 in the Whiskey Bible, and it's had that for a long time, and it re-qualified for it this year as well. So that quality of the content and the recipe that Angela puts into that whiskey has never failed, and it's always a good favorite. Flies off the shelves at Waitrose every week, so that's really good. So anyway, Camille, number 2, with what you told me I had to use a frozen banana. Why are you freezing bananas, man?
Yeah, I froze banana because the final drink will give you nicer texture. And also, it will chill the drink really well, so you don't need to use so much ice and dilute the drink. That's the main reason.
Clever. Yeah.
Okay. Well, talk us through this one. I've pre-prepared mine, so I'm ready to go. But I think you're going to try and do something off the cuff. So off you go, man.
Okay. So get your blender ready, because this is the blender drink. So you need to blend this one.
What sort of blender do you have, Camille?
I have got some sort of entry level for smoothies, but better quality blender you have, better texture you achieve.
Okay.
So you need the frozen banana, okay, or about one is enough. European size, like not really huge one, just normal size of banana. Put in your freezer, freeze it for minimum 2 hours.
So while you're chatting there, Camille, one of our friends online was asking about the recipe, because he came in a little late. So I'm just going to read out the recipe while you do that. So the first cocktail was 40 ml of Brooks, 20 ml of White Dog, or another flavoursome white spirit like a gin or a young rum, 20 ml of lime juice, 20 ml of the chocolate syrup that we've got, which is a very special chocolate syrup. There it is, the Gans chocolate syrup. White chocolate spirit, but you can substitute any kind of sweet syrup to go with that. It's the sweetness that goes with it. If you can't,
no. You have to have white chocolate syrup, otherwise it won't be that good as it is.
Okay.
Well, it's delicious with it, so it's worth getting this white chocolate syrup. I'll say that for sure, because that cocktail was phenomenal.
Yeah. Once you're saying this, actually, this is a new product for UK market. This is Sans is Spanish brand, but it's available now from a Coastal Distillery, which is importer for Sans syrups. So just go to the website, coastaldistillery.co.uk, and send them an email that you are interested about this syrup or any other flavor they have.
Okay. I know we've used a few of those. Anyway, talk us on the second one. Where are we going with this blending banana?
Okay, so second one is basically the same ingredients as the first one, plus bananas, frozen bananas. But you can do some extra optional, some whatever you like in your smoothie in the morning, or milkshake or shake. Okay, I'm just gonna go for bananas, but if you have some raspberries, strawberries, you're welcome to try it.
Okay.
Well, I think the banana is going to go with that famous banana note that sits in the Brooks Whisky. So I'm hoping for good things on this.
I think they'll match up quite nicely. They certainly sound they will. Yeah.
I'm gonna use a little bit of more of this white chocolate syrup, 25 ml. I want to get it slightly sweeter.
Okay.
Again, 20 ml of fresh lime.
So the sweetness and the lime, the sour and the sweet are mixing together.
Yeah, which will create balance.
That's the side shot.
That's a good shot, that one. So I made my blended mix, a pre-mix, but I didn't put the white chocolate in, so I'm just adding it now and giving it a quick stir. So I think, Camille, you'll buy me some time. Thank you.
There's the Brooks. So it's all the same measurements as before, apart from you put a little bit more, 25 ml of the chocolate syrup.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit more chocolate syrup, some bananas, but everything else is the same.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have
white dog, 20 ml as before. It will add a nice character to the cocktail.
Okay.
To get a better blend, okay, I have to add a little bit of water, just splash, so I can mix the banana properly.
Ah.
And also a little bit of crushed ice.
There we go.
But good thing is when you're using a blender, you can make more of these at once, and you can share it with your friends.
Excellent. Put it in the freezer and make some ice cream.
Okay, ready?
I'm building one.
Oh, exercise time, noise, exercise. Come on, let's go.
Okay. We've got any music for it?
I don't think so. La 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 la.
Well, let's beatbox. We'll hum along.
La.
You get that thing blending, Camille, and we'll work it out as we go.
He's blending it away. Push it. Push it good. Push it. Push it.
999, 1,000, 1,001.
I love your weights, Richard. I love your weights. Where do you get them from?
Well, I've got these courtesy of Mackmyra. They won't stay this heavy for long.
So my smoothie is ready, or milkshake without the milk.
Okay.
And now we're gonna make a garnish. And for garnishes, you know, in the morning you need to have your cup of coffee. All right.
I need 2 coffees, Camille. 2 in the morning.
So on top of this cocktail, we're gonna make Dalgona coffee, which is going crazy on social media. And some people love it, some people don't.
Yeah.
And I tried it first time to make it, and it wasn't up to what I would like. So I slightly changed the recipe. Yeah, there is one.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, that looks lovely. Yeah.
Okay. So the base is always the same, or most of the time. So I'm gonna use 2 spoons of Nescafe coffee.
Or any other coffee that you want.
Other coffee brands are available.
That's right. Oh, have we got a deal with them? Are we getting 20% off or something?
Well, I don't know. Yeah. If we say their name again, maybe.
Yeah.
The same amount of sugar. 2
Is
spoons.
that brown sugar?
Yeah, I don't have white sugar, though, only brown.
Oh,
But
okay.
white will also work well.
Okay, yeah.
And what else? And a little bit of hot or boiled water. Okay. Now this is the way you start mixing it. But I find out that when you use a little bit of cinnamon powder.
Oh.
Okay. Just a little bit of cinnamon powder, and splash or just around 5 ml of vanilla sugar syrup.
Okay.
Yeah.
The coffee will taste much more nicer.
No, I didn't get
now,
that one.
now you need to whisk it for like 5 minutes. We don't have 5 minutes in the show, so you can exercise in the meantime. But I get my tool ready.
What's that? What do you got there? What's that?
That, Gareth, is what you have when you are a professional cocktail maker like Camille. You always have a Makita grill to hand.
Yeah, you have to have. Every man should have tools like this in case his wife will tell him not to use home mixers, because I have burned some in the past. So this Makita won't let me down.
I wouldn't argue with you, Camille. Go, take it away. Take it away.
Okay, you ready?
Let's go.
Yeah. That's working so much better than what what happened to me. I had just a normal whisk. It took me about 9 or 10 minutes before it even came close to what that is now.
Yeah. So what happens? It starts dark, and then eventually, you take the camera and you point it to me, and you do a few sit-ups and take away the attention from Camille for a few minutes.
Lovely, Gareth. That's some behind-the-scenes action there while you're having your exercise.
That's right. And then behind the scenes, Camille's going to swap it for one that he's made earlier, but don't tell anybody, okay? It's going to be seamless. They won't notice a thing. Right now, back to Camille.
Nobody noticed a thing for sure.
Back to Camille, please. It's killing me. Oh, there we go. No, look at that.
When you have like a cloud like this, nice
Perfect.
cloud of coffee, then you know it's ready.
Perfect. Look at that. That was a quick 5 minutes, but there we go.
Oh.
You're not
no
meant to do
wastage,
that.
okay? No wastage.
Take your finger off the trigger.
Oh, there you go. So I'm gonna use this shape of glass for a cocktail.
Yeah.
That's a fancy. What type of glass is that, Camille?
I would say some sort of wine glass.
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good description to me.
So there it is. Beautiful,
Banana.
awesome looking banana.
Banana chocolate. Everything all mixed together
Banana
there
white
with
chocolate,
the Brukswhisky with the banana of the Brukswhisky. Yeah. Fantastic.
And then on the top, I'm gonna finish it with this beautiful cloud of Dalgona coffee.
You know what? I'm feeling quite proud of myself because so far it looks, although in a different glass, mine looks quite similar in terms of colour. Anyway, yours might be a bit lighter on the coffee.
Yeah, I think I needed a better. I think I needed a better presentation glass, but it's there.
I've managed to get half of mine down the side of the glass, so I haven't done a. Excuse me.
I mean, it's all on my fingers.
Job like Camille, yeah.
So here we go. So you can see on the top is the coffee cream. Oh, turned it too far and poured it down my fingers.
Not too bad.
Okay, so are you ready, guys?
Do you need a straw for this to get through the coffee, or do you drink the coffee and at the same time?
It is a good shout, actually. You might need to have a straw for that.
Yeah. I'm going to end up with a coffee mustache.
Yeah, it's going to be a disaster. I know it's going to be a disaster, but I'm going to go for it. I haven't got any straws, so Camille, it's a great recipe. So skål, everybody, skål. Let's try this one.
Yeah, skål. Oh, yeah, that's good. I had a lot of coffee on the top of mine, which I like.
Wow.
But when that banana came through, that balanced things out very nicely. Really, really nice.
There's 5,000 sit-ups right there in that glass.
You know how many hours of fishing is that?
Well, listen, this is absolutely delicious. And I'm having so much fun making these cocktails. As a die-in-the-wolves snobby spirits guy for 20-odd years that doesn't drink anything but Scotch whiskey, this is a revelation, using great spirits in great cocktails. And, it's wonderful. It's a great experience, and I'm loving it. You're never too old to learn. So, Camille, thanks very, very much for talking us through.
Tip. Just in case you miss your breakfast and you're busy and you have to go somewhere, you actually making yourself also a dessert, okay? Because you can freeze this milkshake, this smoothies, and make yourself ice cream. Voilà. And after your lunch, you have your ice cream ready with a whiskey in it.
Afternoon whiskey. Okay.
Very nice. Yeah.
So
looks
we
good.
have the Brukswhisky for the breakfast, and then maybe a Mac in the afternoon as a dinner whiskey, a lunch whiskey.
So you have Mac, Brusk for a breakfast, lunch, and some dinner.
I've been looking forward to making these cocktails. When I saw the recipe that you sent out to us last week, this is paid off very well. So great job, Camille.
And the great benefit about having the thick, bushy mustache and beard is that you get to drink it for about 3 hours later. You can taste it, or it's still stuck all on here. But a great, fabulous cocktail. So Bruks Whisky and Mac next week. Remind us about the deal, Richard. What's on this week?
Yeah, a bottle of Mac, a bottle of Brooks. Buy them in a pair from our website, and we'll do 20% discount on them, delivery included. So for £60, you can get 2 excellent whiskies. Mac is great on its own, but wonderful in cocktails. Brooks whiskey. This is the first time tonight I've had this in a cocktail. I've always enjoyed drinking it neat, but as you said, Gareth, sort of finding your spirit snob for a while. I found that the nicer the spirit you use, the better quality cocktail you're going to have, and the both of these tonight are proof in the pudding. So
wonderful.
Well done. Yeah.
Great fun as always, Camille. So next week we're going to have our in-depth show on the Mac on Thursday. So join us for that event on Thursday night, 7 o'clock GMT. And on Friday, of course, it'll be another week, and it will be Mackmyra and friends again, and we'll have a bit of fun doing some Mac cocktails. So get your thinking cap on, Camille. What are you going to come up with us next week? Any ideas? Any clues yet?
I don't know. Perhaps one of our viewers can give us a tip. What did they want to see?
Okay, yeah, that's good.
And on the touch, Richard, when you said good whiskey in a cocktail, but basically it's the same thing. Like when you're cooking, you're using best quality meat, best vegetables, best ingredients to have the best dinner or best tasted meal.
Yeah.
So the same thing apply for a cocktail. Better quality ingredients or main ingredients, whiskey and spirits you use, your cocktail just tastes much more nicer.
And the thing is, the whiskies we're using here, they're not £300 or £400 whiskies like, that you dread putting in like a cocktail. These are affordable but great quality whiskies. The Brooks is about 40, the Mac's down in the 30s. It's affordable stuff and great whiskey, but get them into some of the cocktails and get those flavors enhanced and bringing out the real spirit that you got there. And it's a winner. It's definitely a winner. So thanks, Camille, for putting that through those 2 cocktails. Gareth. Go on.
Sorry, Gareth, one question. We've got a question from someone in the comments who wants to know where they can buy the drill adapter to mix their cocktails the same way that Camille does. Where did you get the whisk?
See, I have burned the mixer before, but I kept parts. So I keep that part and I just attach it to a drill.
So it's just like a normal chuck. You just tighten it on the end.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very good.
That's great. Okay,
nice.
Brilliant.
Right.
Guys, thanks very much. Richard, my co-host, and Camille, our expert behind the bar as usual. Thanks very much, guys. We look forward to seeing you in next week's shows. And stay safe out there and have a great time and do your morning exercises, guys. Here we go. See ya.
See you. Thank you, everyone, for watching. See you next week. Stay safe.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.